The Gorvani had held the title for 12,000 years. The strongest species in the galaxy. 9 feet tall, covered in armor-like scales that could deflect plasma fire, with strength enough to tear through starship hulls barehanded. They'd never lost a war, never bowed to another race, never met their equal. When humanity petitioned to join the Galactic Assembly, the Gorvani ambassador, Thrax the Unbreakable, didn't even look up from his terminal. Another soft species begging for protection? He rumbled. Add them to the tributary list. But something unusual happened. The humans politely declined tributary status, requesting instead to participate in the trials of worthiness, the ritual combat that determined a species standing in the galaxy. Thrax finally looked up, his 4 eyes focusing on the human diplomat. Ambassador David Chun stood 5'8", wearing a simple suit, looking like he might blow over in a strong wind. You wish to fight? Thrax's laughter shook the chamber. Little creature, I could break you with my smallest finger. Respectfully, Chun replied. Humanity would like to compete. The Assembly hadn't seen such entertainment in centuries. The trials would pit humanity's champion against the galaxy's finest warriors in various challenges. Most species sent gene-modified super soldiers or cybernetic warriors. Humanity sent Rebecca Martinez, a kindergarten teacher from Toledo. The first trial was raw strength. Thrax himself stepped forward. No Gorvani had needed to compete in millennia, but he wanted to personally demonstrate why. Rebecca, all 5'3" of her, stepped onto the platform carrying a simple metal bar. I will try not to damage you permanently, Thrax said, reaching for the 1,000-kilogram weight that served as the test standard. That's kind of you, Rebecca replied, adjusting her grip. Thrax lifted the weight easily, holding it overhead. The crowd applauded politely. He set it down with a smirk. Rebecca didn't try to lift it. Instead, she placed her bar underneath it as a lever, positioned a small rock as a fulcrum, and pressed down. The 1,000-kilogram weight rose smoothly. That's cheating, Thrax protested. That's physics, Rebecca corrected. The rules said raise the weight. They didn't specify how. The second trial, combat. The Zorathi champion, master of 17 martial arts, stepped forward. Rebecca reached into her bag and pulled out a piece of paper. Before we fight, she said, could you help me with this? It's a permission slip for a field trip, but it's written in Zorathi, and I want to make sure I'm reading it correctly. The champion, confused but polite, leaned in to look. Rebecca promptly sprayed him with a water bottle filled with capsaicin solution. Ah, my optical organs. Oh dear, Rebecca said mildly. That's my pepper spray. Silly me, I thought it was water. I forfeit this round due to my clumsiness. But you won, the referee said slowly. He's incapacitated. By accident, Rebecca insisted. How embarrassing. Trial after trial, humanity's representatives, teachers, mechanics, office workers, found ways to sidestep, subvert, or completely redefine each challenge. The obstacle course champion was a parkour enthusiast who treated deadly traps like playground equipment. The strategy trial was won by a chess-playing grandmother who spent the entire match telling her opponent about her grandchildren, destroying his concentration. But the final trial was different. Survival. A representative would be placed on the galaxy's deadliest planet for 30 days. No tools, no weapons, just their natural abilities. Thrax volunteered again, certain this would restore Gorvani honor. Rebecca volunteered for humanity. The planet was a nightmare. Toxic atmosphere, predators the size of buildings, temperatures that fluctuated between freezing and boiling. Thrax lasted 18 days, using his incredible strength and natural armor to fight off predators and endure the elements. It was a record. No one had lasted longer. Rebecca lasted 31 days. When the retrieval team found her, she'd built a shelter, tamed several predators as guard dogs, figured out which plants were edible after processing, and had started a small garden. How? Thrax demanded. You're weak, fragile. You have no natural weapons. Rebecca shrugged. I'm a kindergarten teacher. I manage 35-year-olds every day. After that, Alien death worlds are relaxing. The assembly reconvened, struggling to process what had happened. Humanity hadn't won through strength. They'd won by refusing to play by the expected rules. This is unprecedented, the council chairman announced. Humanity has completed the trials, but we cheated? Chun suggested helpfully. Bent the rules? Used our brains instead of our brawn? Yes. Good. That's what we're offering the galaxy. The Gorvani are the strongest, we'll never dispute that. But strength isn't everything. We're offering something different. Creative solutions, lateral thinking, the ability to turn any disadvantage into an opportunity. Thrax stood, his massive form towering over everyone. The chamber held its breath. Then he laughed, real laughter, not mockery. For 12,000 years, we've been unchallenged. Bored. You humans. You're insane. Wonderfully, brilliantly insane. He extended one massive hand to Chun. The Gorvani wish to learn this physics you speak of, and perhaps this pepper spray as well. History recorded it as the day the galaxy's strongest species met its match. Not in strength, but in sheer, stubborn refusal to accept that strength was all that mattered. And Rebecca Martinez? She went back to teaching kindergarten, though she kept the medal. It made a good show and tell item.